Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here we go. Blue draw quarter. 15 line. 15 line. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Swift calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The numbers for Sanders last week, 19 carries, 89 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. And
the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Josh Allen, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
And 2 stop.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 39.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Jameis to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch twits. Watch twits.
Play action now. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Allen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he comes back with one complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first down.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A big play there. 95 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
From the 29, Winston. That's caught by Howard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 39, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
We got this.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 44, Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Winston. The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On first down, Swift. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Winston now. Flushed out right. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He finds an opening past the 40. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. Give him 69 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Let's go, Spike.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Going to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And now they're in the hurry up. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's checking crowd. Safety's creeping.
On 2nd down, Barber. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Sanders. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Winston now from the 50. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but it'll be 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Sanders. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
60 or coaching spell.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They'll drop to throw. He finds Taylor. Complete.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you continue to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Jameis to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Taylor now returning it. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Looking to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Winston. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. To return is Taylor. Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Jaguars on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
30 base.
2nd and 11. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They'll set up to throw. And this is complete. It's Allen. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? He'll drop to throw. Allen's got it complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Winston now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now on 2nd and 13, Winston. And this one's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Barber on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now, Swift. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give right side. Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Recon, 132-5. Ready?
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. One-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Fourth down, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Jacksonville, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.